Right, we've got a chopping board here. We're going to clear some of this off the board. As obviously we need the board space. And we've got cleared it. Now this chopping board, this is a double-sided chopping board, so I use this side here, so I've got the indents for the handles, and on the other side, this side, well actually, let's go back to this side. This side is the side I use for preparing vegetables and cooked meat only. This side I use for raw meats only. Okay, so you want to separate it like that because of you don't really want to poison yourself or anybody else. So you want to make sure everything's nice and clean, your hands are nice and clean and everything else, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the carrot, and we're going to peel the carrot. I'll take a minute to do. Chop both ends off, right. These bits here, you don't necessarily have to chuck them away. I mean, if you're doing, say, a vegetable stock, then it'd be a good idea to actually put them to one side, put these bits to one side, and save them for the vegetable stock. So, but I'm not going to be doing one for a while yet, so they go in the bin. Right, our carrot, I'm just going to cut it in half. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the carrot on an angle like this. Oh. I've got to pause, I'll be back in a minute, that was the door. Okay, back to the prep work. Right, the reason why I'm actually cutting these on an angle like this is you get more coverage when you're doing cooking, so more of the heat is going to hit a bigger surface, meaning your vegetables will cook quicker. That. Let's do this one nice and quickly if we can. Hopefully not leaving any finger in there, by the way, you know. Right, that. It's the beauty of using the hatchet. You can just scoop stuff up straight into bowls, no problem whatsoever. Right. Peppers, just get that out of the way. Side, turn these round, line them up, and take their heads off. These look great, don't they? Okay, enough of madness. So I'm going to cut these into, well, I don't know, about an inch. About that size, yeah, that should do. Chuck those in the other bowl. So we'll put to one side. Get our mushrooms. I've got to wash these, so be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Something you shouldn't forget to do actually, especially with mushrooms because of the way they're grown. So we're going to do these mushrooms, we're going to chop them in half like that. Same with the other one. Chop it in half. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces like that. Now, when you're chopping, always remember, fingers away, so it's like a claw. I mean, if you were in, say, China or Japan, you know, it's like a dragon's claw. America, it'd be a hawk, eagle's claw, you know, you think of it that way. England, hawk's claw. Just different ways of thinking of it. So, you know, it's something you can remember that will keep your fingers safe, because you want to keep your fingers out of the way. So when the blade's coming up and down, you're not going to chop any of your fingers off. You're not going to leave any finger food, as to say, because we don't want finger food when fingers are not meant to be in it. Do the mushroom, chop that up. Finish off with this one. Together. Right, bell peppers. There's an easier way to cut these, you know. Take top off, take bottom off, cut down the side like that, then put your blade inside. There we go. Those bits be used, the others can go into stock, you know, but bit of mushroom there, put that in the bowl. You've got a nice clean piece of pepper, okay? We're going to do that to the rest of them. Okay, so we've got our pepper here. What we're going to do is I'm going to put it together like that. Hold it down. Chop it into small strips. We're going to put that in one of our bowls. I'm actually putting this with the carrots, because I want the pepper and the carrots to go in at the same time. So when it's cooking, because I like my peppers cooked well, these are I'm going to like my carrots cooked well. They've gone at the same time. They're the first thing I'll put in when it comes to vegetables, so they cook through well. Take that again. Chop it all up. Remember, keep those fingers out of the way. We don't want finger food. So, what else have we got to do now? Clean our board down. That's what we're going to do. Oh, one more ingredient I forgot about. Our Thai chilli. Take that. Flatten it out. I don't really want the seeds in it, because the seeds are the hottest part, so we're just taking that piece out there, okay? Get rid of the seeds. going to do the same with this one. Right. Take our chilli, double it over like that, put what, equal parts, and I'll cut it down this way then, nice and thin pieces. Remember, keep those fingers out of the way. So easy to chop into your fingers. Vegetables you can replace, your fingers you can't. So you don't really want to lose them. So I've got all that chopped up. We'll go in with my other peppers. That will. Right. Clean down our board and turn it over, and then we can start on the oh, maybe not, because I've just seen our cloves of garlic. We haven't done those. Right, get the garlic, put your hatchet over it like that, give it a gentle crush. Okay. Now the reason why we're doing this is it helps. It's easier to peel, and it just breaks it down a little bit. So yeah, see now we've done that. See how easy that is to peel now. And a little footnote for if you're dealing with garlic, you've got the smell of garlic over your hands. If you get some vinegar, a bit of soapy water, and cover your hands, put a good dollop, say a teaspoonful of vinegar into your hand, yeah, with a bit of washed up liquid, wipe it all round, wash it off, and then wash your hands again. By the time you do that, all the smell of the garlic will have gone. You won't have the smell of the garlic all night long. Which, yeah, although I love my garlic, no two ways about it. But I don't want to smell it all the time. You know, I want to eat it and smell it when I want to eat it and smell it. Not a very good one there. Where the hell will I sort that one out? With the hay. Sorry. Okay. This is just being a little bit awkward. Do what you try to break your legs. See? A little bit of threatening. Does it good? Does it wonders? Oh. No. That's very nice. We get rid of that bit. Okay, so I'm going to crush it a bit more. Just something nice about that crunching sound. Maybe it's the evil side of me, I don't know, but Just sounds so nice, that crack as you press down. Maybe part of the vandal in me. Okay, just rough chop that. Put that back in the bowl. So, before we start on the meat, what we're going to do is we're going to take our flour, our ground ginger, our chilli powder, our veggie oxo. Just crush that and get it open. Push it into this little mixture here. Down the board. It's always best to keep a nice clean surface when you're working, because you don't get confused then. You know, if you keep your area nice and clean, then you've got a nice clean area. You haven't got all the mess of the confusion to work with. Oh, nearly forgot. Cabbage leaves. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to devein them, centre vein, yeah? So, I'm going to take that out. Because that takes too long to soften when you're doing your stir fry. So put those together. Julienne. Chop finely. There's our cabbage leaves now, all done. Right, let's go wash the board. Okay, so we've washed the board down. Now, this board, like I said, it's got indents there, so this is a vegetable and cooked meat side. We're now going to deal with raw meat. This side has already been washed, it's nice and clean. Got a piece of meat on there. What I want to do is I want to take a lot of that fat out. So we don't want all that fat there. Just the bits of meat here we want, but again, take the fat out as much as possible. Then we can nice piece of meat there to work with. Nice chunk of, a big chunk of fat there, so we don't want that, because this is a healthy dish. So getting rid of most of that now. A lot of people say, yeah, that's where all the taste is, but you can always use other seasoning to give it a bit more taste. Okay, you don't have to have the fat there. Some, yeah, you could do with a little bit of fat, like if you're doing burgers, something like that. Quite a lot of fat up there. Little bit's going to hurt. Right. Now, putting the meat. So, I want the meat cut thinly, like this. Okay. Reason why I cut it nice and thin. It cooks quicker. You're doing a stir fry. You don't want to have the meat in there for ages trying to cook. What you want is the meat cooking nice, quick. And of course, with the stir fry, your vegetables and everything else, that's the main part of the meal. You don't need a lot of meat because it's all the vegetables and everything else that goes into it that we're using. Let's chop it all up. This bit can be thinned out a little bit. Chunks of it, we'll thin that out because it's a little chunk piece. Alright, so there's our meat. Here's all the fat. We don't need that, but what I will do with it is I'm not going to chuck it away. I'm going to get that, fry that up and put it in with my dog's food because he needs it. I don't. Yeah, I'm the one with a bad heart, so I don't need it. Right, we've got all our vegetables and everything else prepared. Let's just put that in the dish for later. So we're not going to use that. Okay. And next thing to do is a wok on.